really audible farts, and then a baby screaming. And I was almost like falling asleep at a Shake Shack. It definitely boobalicious so far. There's just boobies after boobies. Hi, hello. About to leave to Atlanta. I probably look super insane in this leather trench and hoodie in Southern California, but this is it. This is the airport fit. I got an 8-hour layover in Vegas. Flying Spirit, come on, it was like a $60 flight, so I mean, can't really complain. But yes, Kijun leather trench, this really cute hoodie with finger pocket details. There we go. And then, yes, gray jeans, little white shirt underneath. But yes, bag of the day, my poor suede, nothing written bag is stuffed, and I still have an iPad to put in here. There's like 2 books in here. I'm carrying this, and I am just a mess. And my carry-on's like 32 pounds, so this is what's going on. But yes, going now. Bye. Hi, hello. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. I am at my cousin's place. Fittingly, behind her. I'm not sitting behind it. It's behind me. Her bookshelf. Hello, it's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Someone had to tell you. I want to do some book updates, but can we take a look at this shelf? I feel like one of my favorite things is like going to people's places and like looking at their shelf situ. I love my cousin so much. Do you see this? This is Taipei by Tao Lin. You have seen this probably in Modern Ajuma's video, which we did a collab together with Jalen's Bar in the Bookcase tag. But yes, I mentioned a disorienting read. And look, this is my OOG copy of Taipei, which I wrote to her. This is from 2014. Oh my god. Oh, I'll put that back. But yes, this is my OG copy that I gave her. This is wild. She still has that. Ooh. Does anybody remember Nick Miller? Isn't it pretty to think so? He was on like early days of Instagram. Like he was early Instagram writer. No, Tumblr. He was early Tumblr writer. And then he self-published this. Yeah, and I was just really obsessed with him because he was kind of hot. and he wrote this book about Los Angeles. And for the time it was fine. I don't know how it has aged, but a fun one. Think a more young and earnest Bukowski in his like 20s, if he was kinder and more compassionate. This is it. Yeah, I loved this. I think this is my original as well. And it's signed by him. It's very nice. What else? There's, ooh, I picked this up at Shakespeare & Co. in Paris. And yeah, love the Before series, and she loves them as well, and I gifted her this as well. Yeah, you know when you love a movie so much that you feel like you have to get the script for it? Script hits different. I like it a lot. I believe this is also my OG copy of Norwegian Wood with the classic covers by Who, because we have to award the person who created these covers, because now they're just shit shows. Designed by Suvi Osh. Is that who it is? I think it is Suvi Osh who designed these covers. Absolutely gorgeous covers. Versus these lazy minimalist covers. Like what the fuck do I do with that? What is this? What is this? Also, if anyone's ever read Colorless Tsukuru Tazaki, I loved the roommate scene in this. If you read this, please read it for the roommate scene, and then afterwards just stop, because it's not his best, honestly. Norwegian Wood, I think a classic Murakami. What else? I also gifted her my copy of The First Bad Man by Miranda July, signed. Yes, I love Miranda July. This was one of my favorite novels early, before. And is this my copy as well? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I have this on my shelf. I don't remember, but No One Belongs Here More Than You. A collection of short stories also by Miranda July. Fantastic. I believe the first story is great. Just, what is it? I remember distinctly it's about swimmers and they practice swimming, but they don't have a swimming pool, so they practice like in the living room. So they're just like swimming in the living room. And there's this the end is just gorgeous as well, but that one's fantastic. I think this might be my old copy of Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close as well. Also fantastic book. If anyone needs a 9/11 book, but the genre of 9/11, because I feel like a lot of people talk about My Year of Rest and Relaxation as a 9/11 book, but this is also fantastic. Okay, I think that's everything. Want to shout out A Confederacy of Dunces. I will show you my own copy of the book because I think it's fantastic, but I've been meaning to read this. It's one of those books that's just like, you know, I'll get to it, and then you never do, and it's like years upon years, but I definitely want to get to this. A classic, because I'm not a classics gal, but I should read more classics. There's that. But some book updates. Doing a buddy read with Lindsay Costello, Ice, Anna Kavan, which is, the foreword in the book explicitly says not to deem this as a heroine book, but for anyone who has played around with certain party favors, shall we call them, there's a come down, a very specific come down where there's cold sweat, this disorientation, this reliance on certain things or people, the come down, essentially, about a man drunk driving through snow and is obsessed by this woman who is neither real nor imaginary nor image nor memory, perhaps a mix of all of those things, and it's him trudging through all of this snow just to get to her. And that's essentially the entire novel, and they go through these very interesting turn of events through social, political realms, labor, love, lust, all of these things through what feels like the come down of heroin. And in Kavan's later years, relied a lot on heroin for some medical reason. And yeah, it really does feel like her describing the come down of heroin. And as much as you want to unsee that and disconnect the two, you really can't. It really made me think about the object of desire and how ultimately, animalistically in all of us, we want to be desired. And where does desire come from when that subject appears? Does it appear before the subconscious? Does it appear in reality first? Where does desire belong in any of those? And how do we, what do we do with desire? Kavan plays with dream sequence, the terrors of reality, and all of those incorporated in this desire for this woman who is real. No, okay, now I just sound crazy describing the book, but it's truly a trip, because when you look one way, you're looking another way, and the woman is there and the woman is not there, and she exists so far in the subconscious that she becomes real. And when she is real and the narrator is almost in like physical distance of her and can reach out and almost touch her, she is gone again in the subconscious. It's giving I'm thinking of ending things, which also appears in the film, this book. There's something Kaufmanian about it, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So if you like those films and that disorienting feeling and sort of, I wouldn't say magical realism, but like a subtle acid trip, like a microdosage, this is definitely for you. There's something unsettling about it near the end, where an immense distance is created to reach this hyper sense of what and how we rely on things when it comes to this object of desire, when it comes to that come down after taking a drug per se. But yeah, incredibly interesting. If I have more thoughts on it as Lindsay and I discuss it more, I'll share them here. But yeah, interesting themes about object versus subject of desire, how it exists in the subconscious versus reality itself, and what to do with that desire and how it shapes and forms in monstrous ways and beautiful ways. But yeah, Anna Kavan's Ice. After that, because I had this immense 8-hour layover in Vegas, I also finished Soft Spot, which tracks essentially how we should be existing in a world of climate change and essentially the destruction of the earth itself, how we connect to each other through ASMR, how we connect to each other through nature, and yeah, it's just this really fun, beautiful way of looking at the world through pictography, symbols, and images. Yeah, very connected and deep-rooted into nature itself, but also man's first creation of how we form language. Really fun. I think you can honestly begin anywhere in this book and read of it and take a lot from it. That says a whole bunch of nothing about the book, but that's kind of what it is. What it does is it invites you to examine your feelings and pinpoint where those feelings come from and how to connect those feelings to real life things such as climate change, nature, and even things like ASMR. Have I already mentioned that? There's this portion where it examines how ASMR and that one show on Netflix with the Tokyo diners. Oh, here it is. What is it called? Midnight Diner on Netflix, and how we seek out these forms of comfort, sensational comforts that yeah, really connect us. But did anyone know ASMR was first coined essentially in like the experience of it or the desire of it came from 2007? A fun little thing. It's also a pandemic book, looks at Sweden and how it handled the pandemic, really bridging intimacy and the world as nature, or the world in its like most natural form, through rocks, through textile, through all of these tiny little soft spots that actually interconnect us a lot more closer than we think. It's definitely a fun book to just give your friend, and a lot to offer in its maximalism. But yeah, joyous, joyous. And now I'm doing a buddy read with Pato. We are doing Mieko Kawakami's Breast and Eggs. I'm a few 60 or so pages in, and it's funky is how I'm gonna describe it. It's funky, about Makiko, who travels from Osaka to Tokyo, where her sister Natsuko lives, and in the company of her daughter Midoriko, who does not speak. We look a lot at the female body and breasts. There's a lot of talk of boobies in this book. There's just boobies after boobies. The idea of beauty and the image of beauty and what it means and how it exists in contemporary Japanese society. Looks are a lot, and boobies are one of them. It's definitely boobalicious so far. All three of the women here, Makiko, Midoriko, and Natsuko, very interesting exchange. Very dynamic characters between all of them. And yeah, sort of just still getting to know them a lot. But enjoying it. It goes down smoothly. Can't complain. And there's 400 pages of it. Yes. But yes, that's where we're at. And yeah. That 8-hour layover in Vegas was kind of rough. Near the end, I was almost like falling asleep at a Shake Shack. And Spirit, gotta love Spirit. Crying baby and old people farting. I kid you not, this old woman next to me was just like farting nonstop, like really audible farts. And then a baby screaming. I did not get a lot of sleep. I'm a little loopy. I have enough caffeine though to stay sane, but a bit loopy, but good. Gonna have a real chill day today. Be well, do good work, keep in touch. Also, again, sorry if I did a terrible job talking about these books. Again, loopy. But I'm putting these books into my suitcase, so, and carrying this one, so I just want to make sure I say everything I'd like to say about them before I completely forget about them. But yes, heroin trip. A trip. Yeah, okay.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She was a winner, started working at the diner. Serves you some reminder to count your blessings, 'cause it's telling fair. Put you down and leave you there, don't make them scared. Yeah, it's the ugly truth. How they coming for you. Yeah, no. Don't you think you're better off where the neighbors don't stay? Maybe you're wanted, looking good for the movie screens, living in make-believe, hoping your wishes get granted.
Hi, hello. Second day in Atlanta. OOTD breakdown. Our legacy necklace. My book pants. With the big pocket. But we're bringing the Kindle today. And I don't know if you can see, but my come on shirt with a janky ass Joaquin Phoenix. There he goes. I hate face shirts like this. They're so odd. No, but yes. Today doing dim sum, and then I think a movie as well, and then we'll figure it out from there. I'll probably do, what do you call it, a review of my trip of yesterday, because a lot of stuff happened yesterday too. We'll get to that though.
Thank you guys. Nathan's in town for the weekend. Oh, okay.
That's the money. That's it. Okay, we have a bookshelf. Look, not bad. We have Anne Lamott. Not have heard of this one, but 3 prayers, help, thanks, wow. We love Anne Lamott, she's great. But y'all, red flag right here. Look at this, Infinite Jest. I'm concerned. Look how well read this is also. It's much loved. Concerned though. But we also have Carl Sagan. But this is quite classy, very classy. We had floating bookshelf, very nice. And look, Waffle House Vistas.
But it came out of nowhere, so it was funny.
Yeah.
Great morning